You hurt people around you by not being authentic. Title of the video, title of today's episode. The point I want to bring up is the impact that authenticity has on you and the people around you. When you're authentic to yourself, it sends a signal to the people around you. It tells them they are safe and that they can be comfortable because you are safe and you are comfortable. When you're acting in character, which means you are being authentic to yourself, then the people around you will begin to do the same, slowly but surely. When you are not being authentic to yourself, then you are acting out of character. You're acting like somebody that you're not. And that is what makes people feel unsafe and unseen and unheard. An issue I see very, very often is people don't understand who they really are, and so they have difficulty acting like their authentic selves because they don't know who that is. To get to that point, you have to spend a lot of time introspecting, understanding yourself, seeing what you are, seeing how you act, seeing what you're really all about. And until you do that, you will not be able to understand what you're missing. Another thing I want to talk about is how people think that being authentic and being themselves is some kind of monolithic thing where, oh, I'm always this one kind of person. You're not. Nobody is. Nothing is one thing forever. Monoliths don't exist in nature. The mountains, they crumble, the trees, they fall. All of it has a time to end. Being authentic is being accepting of change and being able to know that the change will come, but also that you can direct it and you can guide it to where you want it to be. And when you make the change that you want to happen, then you are on the right track. Then you are being authentic. Because then your brain understands, hey, this thing that we're doing, this is how it's supposed to be. This is the way it's supposed to go. Authenticity is something that is hugely misunderstood by pretty much everybody because it's something that is so simple in theory, where just be yourself, just be whatever, right? But in practice, it is so insanely difficult because it has so many prerequisite steps that are listed. You need to know what kind of person you are. You need to know what kind of things you want to do in your life. You need to know what your purpose is, right? And the funniest part is all of those things you set yourself. Those are parameters that are under your control. So when you are authentic to yourself, you begin to set the stage and you are the one that's making decisions. It's directing yourself to where you need to be. Authentic people charge the people around them. By being authentic, you give yourself and others the permission to be safe, to be comfortable, to be happy. You give them permission to act the way that they really want to act. When you do these things, people accept you. They begin to trust you because you gave them the room that they needed. And that is what authenticity is. It is space. The space needed to act in a way that they're supposed to act. You want to communicate these things to people, and the best, the simplest, the easiest way that you don't even need to think about when you want to communicate these things is just by embodying them through being authentic, through authenticity, right? When you're real with people and you're being serious and you're telling them something or you're having a conversation, you're only real with people that you care about. And that shows them that you care about them because you can be honest with them. You can be grounded with them. And these things drive people because they get to understand, wow, Yeah, you're right. You know? And that's what sets you apart. You don't lie to people that you care about. And I assume that you care about yourself to an extent, the same way that you care about others. When you lie to people, a lie of ignorance or a lie of omission are still lies because you're not telling them the whole story. By being real, by being authentic, you tell them more. You give them the space, you show the canvas. And those are the things that make you more honest and upfront. And being upfront with people eases tension in the long term. There are situations where you have to say things that you don't want to say, where conversation needs to be had, where hard things have to happen. But by being authentic, when those things do happen, then over the long term, things are better. Things improve because you had the hard conversation. You're being real with somebody who you valued. We're being honest. You showed yourself. That's the important part. Going back to the point of safety, comfort, trust, and all the other things, those are basic necessities for people. Those are things you need to feel, things you need to do, things you need to be. Those are parts of yourself and parts of people that need to always be present. Those are ways that you can show somebody that you care. And when you show people that you care, that you're not afraid to be yourself, that you're comfortable being yourself, you show them that they should be comfortable being themselves also, because you are creating the environment for that situation to happen. When you do that, then people will like you more because you will give them the space to like themselves more. And that's really what most people need. They need to be somewhere where they can like themselves, like the real selves. And that space needs to be honest and real. And when you're authentic to yourself, then that space is naturally created. When you are not authentic to yourself, it is like lying to somebody. Lying to somebody never leads to anything good. And when you are not being real and when you're not being authentic, the people around you get hurt. Sometimes physically, but most of the time internally. There are things about them that are changed, that are different, that are out of, I don't want to say alignment, but not the way they're supposed to be. What you really have to do is be there for people and give them the space, and that's what authenticity is. At the end of the day, right? When you are somebody that people can trust, then you begin living in a way that makes the most sense. By not being your true self, you deprive the people around you of the safety, the comfort, and the permission that they need to be their true selves. As a person, being authentic helps you be a sort of battery for others and charge them and give them the energy to do what they actually want to do and to be honest in the world. And authenticity is the best way to do that. That's about it for today's episode. There's not much else I want to add, at least at the moment. If you enjoyed it, you know all the magic YouTube stuff, like, subscribe. That'll be it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. That's Isgandar, signing off.